Hey, welcome everyone. Pat Mitchell here with TrickTrades. In today's episode, we're going to discuss the 5 biggest fallacies, the 5 biggest loads of BS that you hear all the time in day trading. So let's get into it. Okay, folks, you know me, I don't like to pull any punches. I like to tell it how it is. And there is a lot of misinformation, a lot of stuff that you guys hear out there. I wouldn't say it's wrong, but it's very cookie cutter. So today we're going to discuss the top 5 biggest fallacies of day trading. Make sure to stay tuned to the end where I'm going to reveal the biggest fallacy, the biggest load of BS that's out there. So stay tuned. So, number 1, you need level 2 and you need to read the tape. I don't know how many times I see people tape. Yes, granted, it has its place. It can be a useful tool. But I'm talking about new and struggling traders. Focus on the charts. Focus on the price action. Focus on what you can see without having to take your eyes off the screen. Focus on what you need to do without being unfocused. I know that sounds silly, but it's true. Level 2 and tape, especially level 2, highly manipulated. You can place orders, you can yank them. You can place orders, you can yank them. Especially big money. That's what they do. They try and stop out the dumb money by flashing big orders. It's called window dressing, okay? So, the tape, time and sales. Yes, very useful. It's in real time, absolutely. But for a lot of new traders, a lot of beginning traders, it is difficult. It's very difficult to take your eyes off the chart, to put your eyes on the tape, and back and forth. Not to mention the tape moves extremely fast. Yes, in time you'll be able to use it. I'll be honest with you. Some people think I'm crazy. I rarely use it. I focus on the charts. I became very good at one thing only, okay? Become a master of what? Not a jack of all trades, right? So please keep that in mind. So number 2, this is my personal favorite. You can't make money with high price stocks. That is a massive load, guys. Massive load of bullshit. We're not looking for percentage gains, okay? We're looking for range. It's the range that pays. Yes, you can make money with percentage, obviously, but if you crave those percentage gains, you move over to options. I've got a great guide for day trading options. This strategy works amazing. But the whole notion that high price stocks grind, blue chips grind, that's all they do, go today. Today is August 15th. You tell me that Amazon ground today. Tell me that Apple was just grinding. Tell me Nvidia was grinding. It wasn't. They move with a hell of a range. And if you capitalize and you know how to capitalize, you can really take advantage of that and hammer it home. So remember, yes, you can make money with limited risk, smaller risk. Okay? That's a that's a big thing. It's about managing your risk. We can manage our risk through using smaller position sizes via 100 shares, let's say of Apple, and it moves 3 or 4 points in the day. That's $300 or $400 in a small account. That's a great gain. Remember from last week's episode of not looking for home runs. Solid continuous hits along the way. That's all you need. So, number 3. I love this one too. I love it. You need to read SEC filings. Guys, I can't remember the last time I looked at an SEC filing. When it comes to penny stocks, yes, they can be useful. They can be very useful. But personally, rule number 10, the most important rule of day trading, is keeping it simple. And for me, knocking out all of that noise really hammers home simplicity, caveman simple, okay? I don't look at the SEC filings. I'll look at some news, but SEC filings, you can dig into those for hours, guys. I'm sure some of you have probably purchased those guides on how to read SEC filings, and your eyes literally like, they roll in the back of your head, okay? Sorry, I have to wear sunglasses. Being a welder, my eyes are really jacked. So don't worry about SEC filings. And part of number 3 as well is indicators. You know, Bollinger Bands, Elliott's Wave, I don't know, Ikemoto Cloud, all of that stuff, guys. It's noise. It's noise on your chart. And bottom line is they're lagging, okay? They're lagging indicators. Don't obsess yourself. You can look back in hindsight on the chart on the day, and you'd be like, oh, it bounced exactly off that whatever cloud level, right? You can look back at it, but in real time, it's not unfolding that way. Strip your charts. The only indicators that I personally use, VWAP. VWAP's important, okay, especially with higher price stocks. I'll be doing a video coming up shortly as well, okay, on VWAP and how to properly use it and exactly how the smart money uses it as well, okay? It'll give you a nice leg up. The 9 EMA and the 50 EMA, they work amazing. Now, the 9 EMA, you can usually backtest and backtrack, and you can get a pretty good idea of it. But the 50 EMA, looking after the fact and after the market closes, is a little difficult because it really stretches out over the day. So it's kind of hard to backtest that, but you can see it with screen time. You can see that it works very, very well, okay? And I use it for exits, and it's part of the whole strategy that we use at TrickTrades. So keep that in mind. Strip your charts. Get rid of all of that noise, all of that nonsense. I'm telling you guys, you do not need it, okay? So before we get into number 4, like I've said before, ass, gas, or grass, nobody rides for free. Come on, folks. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Turn on the notifications so you know when I post these badass videos. Remember, this is just free stuff. This is the free education, guys. So come visit TrickTrades.com. So let's get into number 4. You need 1,000 shares to make money. How many times have you heard this, guys? Oh, you got to take 1,000 shares. Just like from the rules, you got to make $1,000. You do not need 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares can really damage you. Higher price stocks, you don't need 1,000 shares. You can make decent money off of 50 shares, 100 shares, depending on price. Remember that, guys. That's one of the biggest frustrations. And I can remember being a brand new trader and thinking, that's like, okay, well, how many shares do I need to trade in order to make money? And you keep hearing it over and over and over again. 1,000 shares, 1,000 shares. You need 1,000 shares. I'll tell you what, when you're fucking learning, 1,000 shares can really damage you really quick, guys. How many of you have been stung trading penny stocks with 1,000 shares? Raise your hands. Come on, I'll wait. I'll wait. Oh, everybody? Oh, I see you in the back there, Tim. You didn't raise your hand. Yeah. You, raise your hand. You know you've been stung. Okay. So, again, I'm going to remind you, before I get into number 5, hit subscribe, hit the like button, okay? And come visit us at TrickTrades.com. I know. I gotta pump, right? So number 5, or however you want to look at it, the most important, the biggest load of BS, the biggest fallacy that day traders listen to, and the biggest fallacy in day trading is you can learn to be profitable in a short period of time. How many of you have been sold packages and videos telling you that you can be profitable in, watch this and then in 2 months you'll be profitable? Guys, it is an ongoing battle. Years and years and years later, I still deal with shit. And I'm here to tell you that those struggles, they don't go away. Everything that you are going through right now, I've been through and still go through. It's how you deal with it, okay? This is an ongoing process, and I don't think people they understand what that means. Obviously, I mean, if you speak English, you understand. But it's the important part is to remember that this takes time. It takes time, and it'll get easier in time, and you'll be able to combat your emotions, combat your feelings, combat anything that comes your way in time. It doesn't mean that it goes away. It's because that we come up with little tips and tricks in order to help us along the way, folks. Okay? So before I wrap this up, don't turn this off yet, guys. Just listen to me here. I want to give you a man-to-man, a man-to-woman little speech. Guys, I know I say this a lot, but I'm telling you, it takes time. Stick in it. We had a member today, Grady. He's been with me a year and a half. He's a very smart guy, former pilot, highly educated. It took him a year and a half. A year and a half. He's obviously showed a level of consistency before that, guys, obviously. But I mean, I basically, as silly as this is going to sound, basically deemed him a trader today, because he is. He's making consistent money on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. Consistency doesn't come with just some, like one day you're just consistent. It's a process and a product of time. So remember that. Okay, guys? Stick with it. It is hard, it is difficult, but I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you, when you get to the other side, the rewards are grand. Freedom, you cannot put a price on that. So anyways, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, smash the shit out of it for the algorithm. Help me out. You're watching some free education, free videos, so don't be shy. Nothing's free in this world, folks. So come on, help me out, and I'll help you out and continue producing these videos for you free of charge. Okay, folks. Anyways, have a great day, have a great evening, wherever you are in the world, and we'll catch you on the next one. And come visit TrickTrades.com. Adios.